Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, August 5th on the impact map. Widespread thunderstorm coverage today. We'd call it a mix of wet and some dry, just more lightning. And when you have a lot of it, it tends to find a dry bit of fuel somewhere. So there'll be some wetting rains with it. We'll also be worried about winds starting in the western Great Basin off the Sierra today in areas that have had recent lightning, but especially going into tomorrow. That area becomes more widespread across northwest Nevada and stronger winds, gusting up to 35 to 45 miles per hour in this brown area. The thunderstorm activity, again, mixed wet and dry, will start getting pushed further east and eventually get wet in the far south as it gets pushed out. Still quite breezy in parts of eastern Idaho as we go into the midweek period. Smoke will be a mainstay, especially during the first half of the day. Now, for us, lightning-wise, on the right-hand side, you can see a plethora of it across the eastern half of Utah, up into Idaho as well. More new lightning. See these colors here. These are recent lightning about to move into parts of the Payette National Forest. We'll be watching that. A little bit of lightning in the Sierra. And you can see there was some decent precipitation in the cores. These darker blues are over a quarter-inch, but some of the lightning up here was fairly light, but definitely wetter down to the south. We've had new fire starts in the red, recent fires in the yellow, so again, quite active on our map. And looking at precipitation the past 7 days, and we've had a bit of it up in the far northern areas, not right along the Salmon River, and of course, obviously points north out of our area. Percent of normal, much drier than normal across much of the Great Basin, but you see some of those pockets of wetter than normal through here. This might be a bad data source here across northwest Utah. ERC point map shows a story, a mix of everything. Since the thunderstorms are hit and miss with the wetting rain, so are the ERC points. Some of them quite dry near the 90th or percentile or higher in the red. Other areas in the green that had higher humidity and some scattered light showers on and off. 100-hour fuels, you can see in the dark gold areas in the upper single digits. Now the finer fuels in the grass and the brush, driest in the south and the west, and it's moistened up quite a bit in the north. The map for today, apologize for this graphic sticking out here, shows this black air mass is where you can pretty much see an isolated to scattered thunderstorm anywhere. Best chances are further north. I see a high risk for lightning much of Idaho and even into far northeastern Nevada. We do have high risk for the far western portion of Nevada with those winds that we talked about. We see those winds here. Not especially critically strong, maybe 15 to 25 miles an hour, maybe some gusts approaching 30, but the humidity is drying. There has been recent lightning through here. That is our big concern. Precipitation, where we do expect to see the lightning, you see it up in Idaho and even parts of far northeastern Nevada. A lot of this area along the high terrain of Utah and eastwards will be a little bit more wetter, so not expecting as much issues there. This morning smoke, you can see it through here, and then in the afternoon, southwest winds pushing it northwards and thinning it out a little bit. Now for tomorrow, we see drier air pushing in, a little cold front pushing into Idaho. We do have high risk for winds off the Sierra into northwest Nevada, but especially across large portions of Idaho. We see some of these winds through here, and these gusts in the purple could be near 40 miles an hour or more. More of the 15 to 30 mile an hour gusts in parts of northwest Nevada. But again, there has been some recent lightning in the area. You see how dry the humidity is starting to get. Now on Wednesday, still have that breezy, dry punch of air. You see that tannish shade, that's dry air punching in. It's blackish area. You could still see some air mass thunderstorms through here. We do have high risk for wind a little bit in the eastern portion of Idaho. You see some of those winds may accelerate actually as you get into parts of western Wyoming. Breezy in other parts as well, and you see the humidity starting to dry out, so we're definitely worried that holdovers could start popping out. This is the 3-day precipitation outlook, and not that much overall. A lot of it less than 1/10 of an inch in this lighter shade of green, the deep monsoon still to the south. But we'll start seeing some more moisture pushing into the south. You see this green area through here pushing in on Thursday, Friday. two things. There's dry air pushing into a good portion of the western and northern Great Basin, but there is a dividing line here in this area in the black where there is some quasi-monsoonal moisture, for lack of a better word, so higher humidities and scattered showers. We see that as we go into the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, there could be more showers and thunderstorms across parts of southern and eastern Utah, but we stay mostly dry in the north. And the 7-day precipitation totals show that we could see 1/4 to 1/2 inch amounts. Widespread across central and eastern Utah and the Arizona Strip, but pretty dry as you head further west and north. 8 to 14 day continues to show above normal temperatures. Near normal precipitation, there could be some decent wetness in the 7 to 10 day period, but then days 10 to 14 get dry again. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.